mega, yeah, the mega powers, yeah. Mega powers, yeah. That's what Macho Man used to say. What's up, guys? We're going all the way back to 1988 tonight. Little Greg was 11 years old. 11. I was 11. 1-1. I just gotten a Nintendo Entertainment System for my birthday 2 months earlier in September. I was wearing the hell out of Mario and Duck Hunt. I was just a little piece of shit riding the bus to school. Never kissed a girl. Oh, man, we're going way, way, way back. I think I even had a couple of bullies when I was 11. So we're going to go back to the day in 1988 when things were very different in pro wrestling. And this is a show I have fond memories of. I watched it on pay-per-view that night. I had some family down every Thanksgiving or Easter. I had my mom's sister and my cousins lived in Philadelphia. So we would go there for Easter. They would come to us for Thanksgiving, and sometimes vice versa. They were down to our house for Thanksgiving this year in 1988, and we watched this show together with my cousins. It was a trip, a lot of memories of it, and I'll never forget how long the yellow guys last in the tag team match. This one's going to be fun. So many of you weren't born when this show came out or when this show aired. I think me and maybe Michael and maybe Ray and 2 or 3 others of you remember this. The rest of you will not. And this is going to be fun because it's going to show you what Survivor Series used to be like. You know, there was really nothing at stake in these shows. It was just an opportunity to get all the stars and under one roof on one show and get them all a match. And it was a fun concept for the first few years there, especially the first couple of years. I have a lot of fond memories of those. So this is going to be fun tonight. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. It's a great day if you're a football fan. 10-1 Detroit Lions. Another victory today, although they didn't have much competition, whooping up on the shitty Colts. And they are rolling. They better win the damn Super Bowl. That's for sure. Looks like we had a fun finish in the Cowboys and Commanders match. A couple of other upsets today as well. And I think the game tonight is Rams and somebody. Who is it? I have it on already. I don't even know what the fucking game is. Somebody told me in the up here, but I done forgot already. Let me check the guide. I want to know. Why is it not showing me? Anyway, I don't know what the fucking game is tonight, but that's what we're going to be. Oh, Eagles-Rams. Thank you. Rams and Eagles. That's what it is. We will be eyeballing that game for those who are interested. And we'll be getting going here on Survivor Series in just a couple of seconds. Let me say hello to Ajax Johnson and Tatanani, Garrett Osborne, Gilbert Arbalo. We got Brandon McNeil and George Morris. I hope you're all right with this one, George. Sounds like you don't remember it, though. Thank you for the $5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth? I don't remember this one. How about 94, 99, 07? The Chicago Bears need to fire everyone. Yeah, it wasn't a good day for the Bears today either, huh? You know, George, I was all set to do 94, but as I was putting it together, I'm like, I just don't like that one. Randy Savage just left the company 2 weeks earlier. Then I have to watch Bret Hart lose to Bob Backlund in a show that I just don't have great memories of. Just not a good week for Greg, good month for Greg in November of 1994. So I'm holding off one more year maybe on 94, or if we can, we could maybe do it next week. We might. You know what, George? Maybe I'll hit you with one more after this year's Survivor Series. I got to figure that out. We will do one more. Even though next Sunday is after Survivor Series, it's still November. It's still Survivor Series season. So if we're going to do one more Survivor Series, if it's between 94 and 99 and 07, I'm probably going to pick 94. So let's pencil in, I should say, Summer or Survivor Series 94 for next week, unless I have some crazy epiphany and we do something else. But I think I'll hook you up with that 94 next week, George, even though it's a painful memory for good mic work. We Are Pro Wrestling is here. Hell yes. 10-1 Lions. Good to see Ryan Adams. We got Ronnie. What's up, bud? Saw your DM a little while ago. I'll get back to you tonight. Mike Rouse, also happy you're here. Ray, did I get you? Ray Ferrand. Also got David Brown. The Juliet is in the house. And so is Ruben Anthony, J.R. Falls. Ryan Dempsey is here. We got Colin Wright, Mike Okumo, and Aaron Gauthier, Matt Karcher, Rodrigo. Right on. Good to see y'all here today. Jake, the original Tribal Chief, is here as well. And thank you for joining us on another fun, classic watch-along. You guys know what to do. Go on over to your Peacock. You're going to want to find Survivor Series Season 2, Episode 1. How many seasons are we up to now? 19 days, about 36, 37 seasons, something like that, 35 seasons. So you're going to find Season 2, Episode 1. The runtime, according to Peacock, is 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 21 seconds. And I've got the nice, trusty Coliseum video right here. I've had this thing for many years. It's a little busted, but it's in still pretty good shape, and I could definitely unload this for a few bucks on eBay, on Electronic Bay, if I chose to. But yeah, the good old Survivor Series VHS. The reason I chose this one over the first one, I almost did 1987, is because these are only 4-match cards. There's not a lot going on. On 1987, one of the matches was a women's match, and it was a great women's match because the Jumping Bomb Angels were fantastic in that. But I thought this one would be a little better because there might be some more recognizable names on this one compared to 1987. So that was my thought process, picking 1988 here. And I'm ready to rock and roll on it. Cheers to you. Happy Sunday. I am so happy to be chilling with you guys. I had to work last night. I missed Full Gear. Had a big party that I had to do, so I'm very happy. And since next week is Thanksgiving week, I got a jacked schedule. I'm going to be working tomorrow, so no Raw watch-along. I'm sorry about that, and everything's just kind of a mess this week. So I'm really happy to be here with a nice frosty beverage opened, kicking back and watching some classic wrestling from 1988. Let's do it. Yeah, the Glamour Girls were in that too, but the Jumping Bomb Angels were the ones that shined in that because they were just doing moves that at the time we had not seen yet, and it blew my little 10-year-old mind. That's for sure back in those days. But all right, let's get going here on Survivor Series. You guys know what to do. Go over there to your Peacock, find Season 2, Episode 1 of Survivor Series. We're going to hit play together. That timer right there will begin to run once we do that. So throughout the course of the show, if you interrupt or if you get interrupted by Peacock, by ads or anything like that, you can always catch back up by syncing up with the timer there. I have disabled ads on this video, so this will be ad-free, commercial-free, so you don't have to worry about interruptions over here. But I don't know what kind of Peacock tier you have, so it just depends on that. But if you guys are ready, I think it's about time we rock on this. All right, let me get my fingers ready here. Play button. Timer. There we go. All right. We are synced up and ready to go on WWF Survivor Series 1988. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Got it. Nailed it. And I think this is the second year in a row for the Richfield Coliseum, I believe is where they are. Yes, Richfield Coliseum. The first Survivor Series was held there as well. Not sure why they chose this town. It's right outside of Cleveland, I believe, right? Anybody from Richfield? Richfield Springs is where they're eating the cats and the dogs, right? Is that the same place? Did they just have a nice cat and dog Thanksgiving feast with all the fixins? I like gravy on my cat meat. I don't know about y'all. Gravy's really good. Jesse's got the big pilgrim hat. Yeah, I watched. This was only the second pay-per-view I had ever watched on pay-per-view. The previous one was WrestleMania 4. Look at this team. Brutus Beefcake, they were doing co-captains here because since Hogan wasn't the champion, you can't have Hogan on a team and not have him be captain. Just like you can't have the WWF champion on a team and not have him be captain. So they had to make co-captains this year, which put Beefcake and Warrior as co-captains. So stupid. It's what I hated about Vince back in these days, trying to juggle the egos of his guys. I'm like, just tell him this is the way it is. And of course we have Owen Hart and Jumping Jim Brunzell. And Warrior had just beaten Honky for the title at SummerSlam after he was feuding with Beefcake for most of the year. A lot of fans, especially me, including myself, were expecting Beefcake to win the championship. But he didn't. Second year in a row, Honky is in the opening match here. Look at these guys. Look at these Ohio schmucks with their shirts off. Look at that guy. And Bad News Allen is in this match, and he gets along with no one. Or Bad News Brown, I should say. He gets along with nobody. All right, so the feuds here. Dangerous Danny Davis was kind of feuding with Sam Houston at the time. Honky with Warrior. Beefcake with Ron Bass. And then they threw Owen in there, who has a lot of history with Bad News Brown from Calgary. And Valentine and Beefcake have a ton of history. Huh, Beefcake and Warrior shaking the ropes. Remember, they would link back up. So this is 1988, what, 10 years later in WCW when Beefcake was like the disciple. And he was like, didn't he join the Warrior for a little while or something? And there goes Earl Hebner. Feels like they've dropped the twin referee angle. Here comes Dangerous Danny. I hated this piece of shit. He was still in the ring by 88, late 88. I don't think he was... This has got to be one of Davis's final matches. I don't know how much longer after 89 he would be in the ring. And he's going to put him out right now. Fast finishes in Survivor Series. Just like that sleeper hold, Davis is gone. Look at Brunzell's tights. B. Brian Blair had left, so that only left one Killer B. And Brunzell stayed on as a part of this team. Yeah, I was hoping this would be on here. Later on, B. Brian Blair is actually supposed to be in the Andre and Jake tag match. But I believed he's replaced with Scott Casey. And that's because Brian Blair left. So I don't know why they split up Brunzell and Blair there. Maybe they went singles? But I don't remember them splitting. I just remember the Bees no longer being a thing and Brunzell being on TV by himself. Fucking these two, man. This saga between them had been going on so long. The Dream Team, former tag team champions here. 2 years earlier. 2.5 years earlier. Here's Owen. A head scissor. Head scissor takeover. There's Brunzell. Come on, Brunzell. Throw one of them drop kicks. At least give us a drop kick. God, Jimmy Hart with that megaphone, man. There's a tag. Bad News looked like he wanted the tag. There's that drop kick. Yes. He got tagged. I loved Bad News's strikes. Like they weren't like believable like MMA punches or something, but just the way he would punch you and strike you with his right hands, I just liked. Yeah, like that. Like just big wind up, stomps his foot. I don't know, I just liked it. I like that. Ooh, Brunzell looks like he tried to tie-dye his own trunks there. Right in the esophagus area. Colin Wright, what's up, dude? Appreciate the fiber from you, man. A friend of mine's in his late 40s, like myself, told me earlier about his memories of Richfield, seeing Ozzy and Motley shooting Home Sweet Home. Oh, wow. That's cool. I wonder in the same building? Oh, maybe. Oh, you mean shooting the video there? Oh, that's even cooler. Stay on them, baby. There's a Ghetto Blaster coming. Watch, 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 watch. Boom. The Ghetto Blaster. Goodbye, Jim Brunzell. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Brunzell replaced Morocco here. All right. That's crazy. So Morocco would have been on this babyface team, huh? I guess that would have made sense. I would have put Morocco in Hogan's match. Maybe put Coco on this team. I would have put Coco here. I would have put Morocco in the main event. Morocco. Oh, Morocco was... Oh, I know why. Because Morocco was probably... Well, no. Hey, Morocco might have been feuding with Valentine. I don't remember, though. Here's another Ghetto Blast. Nope. Now, this is Sam Houston. For those that don't know, Sam Houston here on the mat. That's Jake the Snake Roberts' brother. He's tall and lanky and skinny, just like Jake. Yeah, I remember Sam Houston. They brought him into WWE, and I remember like the first win he got was over Danny Davis, Dangerous Danny Davis, and it was like considered an upset. I don't know why.
Should eliminate any controversy, I would guess, Gorilla. Unless the referees can't agree. I've been an advocate of that for quite some time. That's only because you're retired now. When you wrestled, you weren't. Hey, I seen you bend a few rules in your day, Gorilla. I resemble that remark, yes. Well, bad news tag, but wow. He got nailed.
That's gonna be... That's not gonna work. I mean, Bad News was a lot like Stone Cold. Bald head. Doesn't get along with nobody. I want to say they're going to interview Bad News here, because I remember watching this with my cousins, and they just got a kick out of him. He gets interviewed or something, and just like his reaction to the question, he's like it's just so hilarious. Maybe it's a different show I'm thinking of, but... And Bad News gets himself intentionally counted out. He's gone. So it is Valentine, Bass, and Honky versus Houston, Warrior, Owen, and Brudai. Sit right on him. Pin his ass. No. No leverage for you, Sam Houston.
Well, Valentine's been a tag team wrestler quite a bit of his career, so he knows a lot about it. 2 count only as Houston comes out the back door again.
What?
This youngster's not heavy enough body weight-wise to hold down a guy as big as this.
Those are terrible right hands, Houston. Jesus, you got to do better than that.
Houston better make a tag.
Oof. Yeah, Houston, you better make a tag.
Far too long, Gorilla. Ultimate Warrior hasn't been in there yet, Jess. Well, maybe that's the plan.
Oof.
By Honky Tonk and Bass, keep the Ultimate Warrior out of the ring. Clothesline City for the big outlaw. 1, 2, no.
I would have just booked Mark Canterbury like Ron Bass, you know, instead of making him Henry O. Godwin. He would have been a great successor to Bass. No way.
That's right. And he still did not go to the corner to tag. Sam Houston is making a critical mistake.
Yeah, he's been Sam Houston, who's like literally the weakest person in this match, has been in there. Oh, elbow drop to the face. Did you see that? Sam Houston, you need to tag out. There's no way he's going to tag out. He's going to get beat before he gets a chance to tag. Oh, my God. Oh, that is definitely it. Oh, here comes Warrior. Has Warrior been in the ring yet? He's got a honky. Oh my God, just threw him like a sack of potatoes. Boom. I think Bass is the legal man. Oh, there goes Owen. Look at there. Warrior's going to launch the Blazer. Let's pin him. Nope. Oh, yes, he does. Ooh, Blazer and Honky. Another monkey flip. Nice drop kick. Honky, you're all over the place. Now, you better tag out. Ooh. Hey, what's interesting here, help me out, We Are Pro Wrestling. These two guys in the ring right now, Owen and Valentine, were they on opposite sides at Survivor Series 93? Was Valentine a knight? I think he might have been. Oof. Oh, yeah, look at Owen immediately grabbed the knees, and we know what that means. Valentine's going to turn around that shin guard. Poor Owen had no choice but to submit.
You know, you might not like the honky tonk man, but he's always speaking in that ring.
The Blue Blazer has submitted. Beefcake rolling him out. So it is now 3-on-2. Yeah. I already said that, Jesse. I already mentioned the history between Valentine and Brudai. Just leave it to me, Jesse. Don't even talk. Man, I've told the story before. I'm not going to repeat it, but I had something very eerie happen to me with Ron Bass and Brutus with that angle where he chopped up Miss Betsy. Oof. And I dreamt that would happen before it happened, and then when I watched it on TV, it really freaked me out. And then right after that is when Bass attacked Beefcake with the spurs and cut his head all up, and that knocked him out of his SummerSlam match, giving it to Warrior, and Warrior would become champion. I still have no explanation for how I dreamt something so random, and then mere hours later, I watched that same event unfold on TV. It's one of those things that just can't be explained, like Backstreet Boys or black holes. Yeah, man, that is 3-on-1 there. I don't remember if Brutus gets eliminated. I guess is Warrior going to be the sole survivor? I don't remember. I think Warrior survives alone, but nope. Did he tag him? There must have been. I didn't see a tag either. Ron Baller, I wasn't paying attention.
The referee outside the ring is not going to allow no tag, so there must have been a tag. Quick tag again by Lama. Watch Honky.
He got nailed. I mean, if Vince wasn't such a piece of shit, it would be fun to have Vince and Jesse back for Saturday night's main event, but I'll settle for Jesse. Nice clothesline. It wasn't that nice. Kind of ugly looking, to be honest. Sleeper to Honky. Is he going to get out of that? Oh, they're going to protect Beefcake. We're going to get a count out, I bet. If Beefcake's going to get eliminated, they're not going to pin him. Beefcake was super protected, and he was over like Rover. I think he would have won the Intercontinental title from Honky had Warrior not gotten so over. 2-on-1. Okay, so Honky's gone and Beefcake gone. Bass and Valentine versus Warrior. Yeah. Well, he's being double teamed for most of this. I don't know who he gets out first. I mean, it's pretty smart. Bass and Valentine are actually operating as if they've done this before together. They got a strategy. Boy, the way his paint hangs from his face. Look at Earl jumping. Oh, we got... Okay, Bass is gone. Well, he's a legal man now, Jesse. Boom. Double Axe wins it. I mean, Warrior was still pretty fresh and new, man. I mean, he had only been champion for a couple months. A whole nother year would go by, and then Vince would be like, well, let's put him towards Hogan. All we're going to see is the double axe. I love that we just got a replay of the double axe. Oh, okay. This match was crazy to me. 10-man, 20-man tag. 5-on-5, and The very first double turn I ever watched, or I ever saw. Fucking conquistadors.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gorilla. Last time we had 5 guys. This time there's going to be 10 on a side. Here's the opposition. The
Powers of Pain.
They are something you're going to have to contend with here. These guys are just unreal. They can match power, strength, and size with anybody. Including
And they got the Bulldogs, the Rockers, the Stallions, and the Hearts. The Hearts and the Bulldogs on the same team was wild to me.
along with the young Stallions. This is going to be a classic confrontation. And don't forget the Rockers. The Rockers, the tag team specialists. Oh, here they come now.
And here they come.
Let's look to our ring announcer. This is our signature partner series event. Introducing first, with their minute
Fuji. Fuji's up to something. When I was watching this with my cousins, they couldn't get over how funny the yellow guys were. Because what happens is the yellow guys make it to the end. And it was just this epic survival by them. The fact that they survived so much crap. Demolition and Brainbusters on the same side. Brainbusters would be the team that would beat them for the titles. And the fucking Rougeaus. Who I'm pretty sure the previous year might have still been babyfaces. I think they were. So if Rougeaus were in the 87 team, I think they were. They were on the babyface side. Probably with the Bulldogs. Where the Hearts were on the heel side. Oh, underrated theme. Powers of Pain. Cheers, I need an energy shot. The Powers of Pain. They're the best. I like their music. The Young Stallions. Here's me in the Powers of Pain. There's us. And you're about to see a crazy double turn in this match. Look at how good Davey looks. Look at the mullet on both of them. And I think this is it. Or no, is it 89? When did they leave? Yeah, this is going to be it for the Bulldogs. I think the Dynamite Kid and Jacques Rougeau thing had already happened. It's crazy to see the Stallions and the Hearts on the same team after they were feuding. Sean and Brett are on the same team here. Bulldogs and Hearts on the same team. Oh, thank you for the update there, Juliet. So Jade is legit injured. Okay. Well, there had to be something to that. I'm like, why would they knock her out of the tournament and Survivor Series after advertising her for that? I thought something must be up.
You know, the demolition side, each tag team is represented by a manager, isn't it?
Yeah, Rodrigo, I met the Powers of Pain at WrestleCon. You got a Bulldog and a Conquistador. Look at that. I love the overhead shot because you can't even see. It's so hard to run the ropes if you're in this match. Like, look how far the Busters are over there. They almost look like they're not... You can't even tell which team they're on. Oh. Davey tags Sean. Sean and Nikolai. Oh, shit. He's that's his big trouble. I mean, Sean's over there with the Bolsheviks, the Rougeaus, Demolition, and Edge and Christian. It's dangerous. Kelvin, I don't think that's true. You think they can left the building to avoid the Bulldogs backstage? What do you think they were doing before the match started? They just saw each other behind the curtain before they came out. I think all the beef was somewhat squashed by that point. There wasn't another fight. But I don't think it's because they were trying to avoid them backstage. They were backstage together all day during the day. Give me the foot. Axe would always say that. Give me the boot. Arn Anderson. Look at that. Marty and Arn. Many of these competitors are still with, maybe not all. No, Neidhart, Davey, Dynamite are gone. Nikolai. On the heel team, unless one of the conquistadors are dead, I think Nikolai's the only one who has passed away. Oh, wow, he is. Where on the babyface side, you got both Bulldogs and Neidhart who have passed. And I think that's it. Yeah, Paul Roman does kind of look like Shamrock. Ooh, missed. Oh, here we go. Dynamite and Jacques right here. Boom. I mean, so they're working together just fine. Wow. Look at that. Oh my God, that's so fucking good. Like, this is very interesting to watch them work because I'm pretty sure the punch and all the teeth knocked out has already happened. And I don't think the Bulldogs are around much longer after this. This is probably their last match. So... And look at Dynamite and Raymond. Now, that would be a good shoot fight because Raymond can hold his own. Raymond's tough as hell. The French and the English. I mean, this would be a tremendous shoot. Ray Rougeau and Dynamite. I might be inclined to pick Ray. Because I think Dynamite was kind of more of a bully, where Ray was more of like a legit tough guy. I'd pick Ray Rougeau in that fight. I think Ray would take him. Jim Powers. Fucking jobber. I always heard that it's kind of gross, but Pat Patterson was awfully fond of Jim Powers. And it's not hard to tell why. Ooh! Jacques did have a good flying elbow. Brother Raymond. Look at the way people have to get out of the way when you're like running the ropes. Up, small package. Brett pins Ray Rougeau. But he almost lost hold of the small package there. Ooh, Brett and Nikolai now. Tagging into Paul Romo. Nikolai was so thick. Wow. It's good agility by Roma. I mean, from what I heard, Roma was just a prick. You know, because like his look was good. He had good athleticism. He would definitely make an excellent, like, cocky heel. He wasn't, like, a completely inept wrestler. I just think he wasn't liked. And I think that's what hurt him. Boom. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man. Neidhart tagging into the Barbarian. I love Barbarian. He's so good. I just love that Vince couldn't get Legion of Doom or couldn't get Road Warriors, so he just made 2 other teams instead. Although Barbarian and Warlord were together prior to this, Smash and Axe were not. Oh, look at Conquistador, just... And I just remember my cousins being like, what is up with the yellow guys? They could not get over the yellow guys. Even to non-wrestling fans, they appeared like weaklings. So the fact that they survive in this so long is quite funny. Tag to the Hitman. Poor Conquistador. Brett and Smash. Tag to Axe. Oh. Zane G, you thought Jim Powers was Tito Santana? I mean, I guess they look slightly alike. The only difference is Tito Santana is 10 trillion times better. And a little taller. Ooh. Let's look up Tito's height, because I always got the impression that Tito was like 6'3". Let's see if I'm right on that. 6'2". I was close. Oh, is WWE Vault doing 90? Survivor Series 1990? They're doing the one we watched 2 weeks ago? Or 3 weeks ago? When was that? Yes, that is true. This WWF logo on the screen is added in post. This is a network edit. I have my pay-per-view recording of this. Like, raw. We Are Pro Wrestling, if you're still in the chat, do you know the deal on this? Was this live on this night, or did they tape this a couple days earlier? Back in those days, you get away with taping pay-per-views. Nobody would know. But this was Thanksgiving night, so I don't know if... I feel like this would have been taped. Alan Carter, no. Heart Foundation did not have their music until they turned face. That would be the... Oh, yeah, and they already did. They turned face after WrestleMania, so... Shit, good question. I don't think they had it yet. I'm trying to remember WrestleMania 5. They faced off with Honky and Valentine. I don't remember if they came out to music. I don't think they have the music yet, no. We got Brett, we got Sean and Conquistador in there. That is so funny. I remember laughing at that. He picked up Sean and he could barely hold him up. He almost buckled, his knees buckled. Nice. I love that. Marty could spin out of those arm drags or hip toss. Yeah, back in Gorilla's day, nobody was doing that move Marty was doing. There's Nikolai with his funny bumps. We talked about that last week. What were we watching that we were talking about Nikolai and how funny he bumped? What was that? We watched World War III last week, so what the hell am I talking about here? Oh, Saturday Night's Main Event. That's what it was. Members only. I'm like, I swear we just watched Nikolai in a match and I was laughing at how he bumped. Wow! Completely over his head. Nice kick out. I was always such a big fan of Nikolai. Boy, they got that ring mic'd. Oh my. First wrestling show I ever went to, that was one thing I noticed is how loud the ring was. Oh my God, he just muscled him. God, Warlord is just ridiculous. I remember when he introduced himself to me, he told me his name, and I'm like, no, you're Warlord. I don't want to know your first name. I'm just gonna call you Warlord, if that's all right. And I'm curious, like, what went on into the decision behind the scenes, because as a fan watching, I thought they were building the Powers of Pain to beat Demolition for the titles, is what I thought was going to happen eventually. But maybe, you know, Demolition was considered the better team by Vince, and so he wanted to make the switch and turn Demolition into the babyface. Oh, wow. That's why I love Barbarian, is because his flexibility in his legs, he was so fast and so crisp. He was almost more exciting to watch than Road Warrior Hawk. He was kind of like a powerhouse version almost of like a Dynamite Kid or something. There's just a lot of snap, quick motions in his movements and stuff. I just loved him. They looked really good, believable, especially when he'd kick. Oh my God, Anvil. Big power slammed at Tully. They're just abusing Tully. The weakest looking dudes in the whole match is the two Conquistadors and Tully. Oh my God. Oh. Do we have any Busters and Bulldogs matches? Because I can't think of many times that Tully and Dynamite have interacted other than right there. I mean, Dynamite Kid and Tully Blanchard sharing a ring. How many other times other than that has that happened? Probably none. No, did I see, Mike, see my message on Hearts and Duggan using Hearts theme at the Rumble 89? So they would have it by then. All right, so if they didn't have it yet, they were about to have it. Jimmy Hart might have been composing it as the show was happening. Boris. Look at that roll through. Boris got a pinfall? Good for you, Boris. I mean, the Bolsheviks would hang around, man. I mean, they'd be together for another 2 years, I think. They never even came close to winning a tag title. They were just there. They were just there to exist and be on and be in the division. That's it. Oh, thank you for that, Ryan. I thought next Sunday was still November 30th. I thought it was November 30th. It's not. And there is no 31 in November, so it's going to be December. Yeah, we might. I told George we might do Survivor Series 94. We might have to switch it up and do Starrcade. I got to think about it. But thanks for the 5, Ryan. That was actually really funny. Did you see the way Tully tiptoed over there and tagged Volkov? That's hilarious. So you can't even fault Tully for that.
Demolition taking control of this match right now. Pro Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. They're showing you exactly why they're champions.
Look at that.
First time I've ever seen the powers of Maine driven down to all fours on that mat.
We might have done Starrcade 94 already. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, that's the one with the Butcher. I don't know, man. Ugh. I don't know. Some of them Starrcades are shitty. Mike Witt in the house. Awesome sauce. Watching old school pay-per-views for us old guys. Thanks, Greg. Is this the show where Fuji's turn on Demolition? Yep. Hi, Tito. Is Tito here? Oh, Tito's on the couch again. It's almost Rumble season. We got a lot to do in January. But yes, this is the famous double turn match. And I'll talk about it later on and how I perceived it as a kid. I didn't perceive it as a double turn. I thought Mr. Fuji turned face. That's what I thought happened. And Nikolai's gone. Or no, Boris is gone. The Bolsheviks are gone at the hands of Jannetty. So we damn near still have a full unit over on the babyface side. Only the Stallions are out. And on the heel side, it's the Busters, the Demels, and the Keisties. Killer Cam, what's up, man? $2? Will I ever do a Rumble and Survivor Series memories? I'd like to. The problem is so many years have gone by. All my great memories are like from back in the day. I'd have to go back and watch the last 15 Survivor Series because I have no idea what happened on any of those shows. Oh, wow. Whew. Jannetty in orbit. The Conquistador launched him. So, like, I just feel like I would want, if I did a project like that, Killer Cam, I would want to make it good and thorough. But I don't have any, like, fond or memories at all of the last, like, 10 or 15 years. I remember, like, bits and pieces of some of the Survivor Series, but it's not the same. I would have to, like, I'd have to have a year cutoff. I'd have to say, like, best of, or Survivor Series memories from 1988 to 2003, and that's the cutoff. Anything past 2003... it's all just a jumbled mix in my head. It was a little easier when I did a couple of those projects like 11 years ago, you know. But now, fuck, you know, I really want to do some bigger projects. We're going to get some holiday stuff done, though. I got some plans. Oh, my God. I mean, I would have loved to see a real good, like, Bulldogs and Demolition feud. Especially if Bulldogs, like, maybe took the titles from them. I really wish Bulldogs would have gotten another run, you know? I mean, they held the belts for nearly a year. Almost a year. And so that's great. That's why they're my second favorite tag team of all time. It was right when I was becoming... right around the years where I was becoming, like, a fan for life. Like, you know, wrestling was becoming very big deal to me. The Bulldogs were champions. And I kind of wish they would have got another crack at it, you know? But Dynamite, his health. Look at the Hearts doing Demolition's finisher. And he kicked out. That is crazy. Did Axe and Smash have any issues with that? With the Hearts doing their finish right in their face and the weakest tag team in the division kicks out of it? Wow. He's trying to tag somebody. Brett's like, I'll tag you, bitch. Here's a right hand. Oh, Dynamite. Ugh. Dynamite with the porn stash. God, I loved his suplexes. Shout out to Tommy Billington, by the way. Hoping for nothing but the best for his success. I love that. I mean, the Conquistadors, the fact that they survived this is just the fucking funniest. I mean, think of the teams, the Hall of Famers. Tully and Arn, the Hearts, the Bulldogs, the Rockers, Demolition. And the fucking Conquistadors are the last ones standing? Oh, Tully, you got to face off with Barbarian now. You got no choice. Shout out to Timmy White. You know, I've talked about like Bundy and Hogan's eyebrows, how there's two Bundys and there's two Hogans. There's also two Timmy Whites. There's full beard Timmy White and not full beard Timmy White. And they look like two different people to me. God. Axe is such a stud. Both Demolition members still alive, still doing appearances together. I've yet to meet them. They're my third favorite tag team of all time. It's Hearts, Bulldogs, Demolition. Yep. I'd probably go Hardy's number 4 in my all-time list. Maybe New Day 5. Oh. Arn, get a hold of yourself. Oh, right in the boiler there. Mike Witt, thanks for the 5. I know it's very old, but Starrcade 86, Night of the Skywalkers is your favorite Starrcade. Might be fun to watch Cornette blow both knees out. It would be fun to watch that. But I'm already making fans travel all the way back to 1988 tonight, so maybe next week. Look at him. Oh, I remember that too. When the Conquistador rolled to the outside, my cousins lost their minds. Laughed. They know I do this too. So Eric or Troy, if you're watching right now, we watched this match together. And y'all could not get over how funny it was. It's Thanksgiving of 88. Y'all are at my house. It was the year after I busted my teeth out. The big anvil. Ugly looking high cross. Still a lot of talent on that babyface side. Oh my God, there's a disturbing stain right in the taint of Jim Neidhart there. Let's hope it's just sweat. Look at this. Look at this. Brett and Tully. Can we get a singles match out of these guys, please? Imagine this match for the NWA TV title. Holy shit, in Norfolk. or the Richmond Coliseum. Or Greensboro. Or Atlanta. Nice. Brett with a German. Oh, yeah. Brett's gonna have gotten pinned there. Nope. I thought it looked a little wonky on that. Because normally Brett will just roll through that, but he Germaned him. And here comes Timmy White A, bearded Timmy White. Look at this. Look at Dynamite. Tombstone. I don't know how Tully kicked out of that. Yeah, let's research some Starcades, man. I'm with you, Night Ranger. 91 sounds good. I'm gonna kind of look at a few. 95 might be fun. We Are Pro Wrestling, WCW versus New Japan. Ruben Anthony, eventually we're going to have to get to the dog shit shows because we're going to run out of good ones. We'll get there. Oh, this is going to be a double count out. You can always tell what they're going to do here. The Brainbusters and the Rockers have been disqualified. Come on, Earl and Timmy White. How can you guys not handle this? Shh. Double super kick. Both teams have been DQ'd. I'll be right back. They ain't gonna be busting no more brains tonight, man. Wow, they got that big. What's that thing in the aisleway? Is that a light? Must be the spotlight? Or the oh, that's the camera. I think that thing they just ran past was the camera, that overhead shot. That's definitely it. Shout out to Pat Patterson getting in the mix. Oh man, did Arn not throw a spiny? I thought we saw a spiny, Ray. We must not have. I thought we got one out of him. It's a jip. How are you going to put Arn on pay-per-view and not have him do a spine buster? I think we should write a letter to WWF headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. Let them know how we feel about this. You know what really pissed me off 36 years ago? Was when Arn didn't throw a spine buster at Survivor Series 88. You owe us one. Maybe they'll send you like a free coupon to WWE Shop, like 25% off for your troubles. Look at the Conquistador. High-risk maneuvers. All right, we are down to our final four teams here. Conquistadors Demolition, Bulldogs Powers of Pain. I mean, look at those four guys. Warlord, Barbarian, Davey, and Dynamite. Davey and Warlord would feud later on. I think Dynamite and Barbarian would be a pretty sweet fucking feud, too. We ever got a chance to see that. God, the Conquistadors are still there. And at the time, this match felt like it was going on forever. So we're in the living room, we're watching this full from turkey, and we just cannot get over how the Conquistadors are still there. No. Mike Witt, thanks for the $2. This is the year. I thought we were going to get to WrestleMania 1 and 2 last year. But we're going to have to get to one or both of them this year. I think we're going to do WrestleMania 2 first. I think I'm going to save WrestleMania 1 for the last one we ever do. WrestleMania 2 might be fun. Damn. That wasn't even a jawbreaker. That was a cheek breaker. Yeah, this is one of the louder rings that WWE's ever had. Oh. The Richfield Coliseum is where Jordan scored his career high game? What was it? I thought the career high was 63 in the Boston Garden. Did he beat that? Did he best that? He had like a playoff game, like 86 or 85 against Celtics. Put up like 63 in the Garden. He had a better game than that? Did he put up 70 in like the Bulls' three-peat years or something? He might have. Yeah, and so Conquistador survived again, tagged out. And so now we got to start getting ready for what's going to turn out to be a kind of a swerve finish here. Scored 69. Damn, what year? When the fuck did that happen? So is this where the Cavs played? I remember watching the playoff game where he hit the game winner over Craig Elo. And I used to date Danny Ferry's cousin. And he paid for her college, and she used to get like courtside seats and shit to the Cavs. And I was very jealous of that. I never went to a game with her, but we briefly had a little thing. Come on, Conquista. I love how Jesse's starting to acknowledge. I can't believe how good they're doing in this. They're surviving. They're kicking out. They're tagging out when they need to. There's that camera shot. That's definitely that giant crane that's in the aisleway there, supplying us with that overhead. 1990, huh? Okay, 1990. Wow. Okay, I don't. That's so funny. I don't remember the 69-point game, but I remember the 63. That's crazy. I don't know how I don't remember that. Because the Pistons were in the championship that year. Because they're awesome. And the Pistons owned Mike back in those days. Routinely made him their bitch. Until it all caught up to him. I mean, some of it has been good strategy by the Conquistadors. Other has been pure dumb luck. Look, and like right there. Tagged out again. Thanks for that, Chris. $5. Appreciate it. MJ's career high playoff was 63. 69 was regular season. And 18 rebounds. Danny Ferry went to Duke. Yeah, I know. I used to live in North Carolina. That's how I knew his cousin. Jenny Ferry. That was her name. Ooh. And that's it. Bye, Dynamite. So that leaves now Powers of Pain against Conquistadors and Demolition. Now we need to start paying attention and watching Fuji here. And I'm going to try to explain to you my thought process as an 11-year-old kid watching this. Because the concept of a double turn was foreign to me. I was 11. Conquistador getting drugged to the wrong corner. Conquistador had Barbarian in a headlock, but it was Barbarian that forced him over to his own corner. Missed. And he tags out to Axe. Damn. God, look at Warlord's head just bobbing like that. Another thing that I feel like they did... Oh, here's Fuji, watch. Now, he's on the ring apron now. Okay, so Fuji might have jumped the gun on the spot there, or... he jumped up on the apron, and I think Earl told him, like, it ain't time yet. Or maybe that was planned in order for him to pull down. I'm not sure, but... Yo, by the way, we got Dave Hebner in the ring right here, not Earl, I think. That's Dave, I think. So they got both twins reffing here. Earl, I think, did the last match. And Fuji's up there again. Yeah, and I'm glad that Jesse is the one telling the story. He was like, what the fuck is Fuji doing? Yeah. He almost got knocked down, too. Oh. And Fuji purposely held the rope down. Hacks tried to go do timeout. And he got counted out. And so the fans are cheering this. As a fan, I'm happy. And Axe is like, you pulled the rope down. So I'm not getting it as a kid. I'm like, what the fuck? I did not pull the rope. Yes, you did. And he's smacking. Well, why'd you turn your back, Axe? So Nax gets nailed with the cane. Now Smash has got Fuji. So the fans are going to cheer this. Body slammed him. And so the fans cheered that, but I'm not looking at this yet as a Demolition face turn. Now I'm just thinking something went on with Fuji. Now look at this. So I'm thinking as a fan that the good guy Powers of Pain are having sympathy for Fuji, who was just brutally beaten up by his two men. And so they're going to dust him off, help him out, fix his hat. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. So I'm like, oh, good. Fuji's a babyface now. This is what goes on in the minds of 11-year-olds when they're watching shit. It's a good thing I didn't have a Twitter account back then. I'm like, yes, Mr. Fuji is a face, finally. And so now Fuji's been moved to their corner. It's Conquistadors versus Powers of Pain. Conquistadors are still there. I mean, Jesse's baffled too. So it wasn't, it wasn't a double turn that was super obvious to everybody.
I'm never going to take a bet that any odds you give, because here's the Conquistadors right here in the finals, and I heard you made some horrible football bets today, too.
Oh, and look, and Fuji trips his leg there. That should have been a gimme, or a given. And that's it, and then puts him down. So the Powers of Pain win by cheating, essentially, with Fuji grabbing the leg. The fans cheer. And I'm like, yeah. And then they're going to lift Fuji up. And so to me, can you understand, like, why I would think that, Because I'm like, I thought Powers of Pain were over as baby faces. It's not like they were stale. And then here come the bad guys back. And this was weird to me, because now the heels are coming back, supposedly, and they're straight up winning a fight with the baby faces. And they take them out, no chairs, no weapons, nothing like that. They just come in and kick their asses. And the Powers of Pain retreat. So granted, this was weird to me as a kid, to see the baby faces backing off. And now Demolition gets their music played, but the fans are booing them. So nobody really got that this was a double turn. I didn't know until the next TVs when you would see the demeanor. I don't think the fans quite got it. I definitely didn't. And another thing I don't remember is, like, any sort of evidence on TV. No subtleties, no dissension between Demolition and Fuji. If they did tease any of that, I missed it. So it was completely out of the blue to me. Now here's where Fuji does it on purpose. Hurts his shoulder. And then Fuji hits him with the cane. Right by the seat of the pants. Hey, at least we get to rock out to Demolition's music. I better turn down the volume so I don't get a copyright thing. Wham. Well, if you're a channel member and you watched that Saturday Night's Main Event episode with me last week, we saw Fuji get his ass kicked in that too. Crazy. Oh, here's bad news. Let's see what bad news has to say. All right, Gorilla, I won't. Just chill, man.
Thank you, Gorilla. The action here, standing alongside me, Bad News Brown. And Bad News Brown, since joining the World Wrestling Federation, you have been a very independent soul. You very much proved that tonight. What happened out there?
Let me tell you, Beer Belly Sharecroppers, one thing.
Beer Belly Sharecroppers.
Conspiracy out there.
That's not me.
My own teammate attacks me. I know that everybody in the World Wrestling Federation wants to be the first one to say that they beat Bad News Brown in the ring, but it's not going to happen. And let me tell you another thing. Survival Series means totally...
Survival Series.
I've been a survivor on the streets of Harlem all my life. And there's only one thing...
The streets of Harlem, streets of Calgary.
World Wrestling Federation Championship belt.
Bad News Brown and I asked this question. Caution. What do you think? Why do you think you deserve a shot at the Macho Man Randy Savage for the championship?
Why? Why? What, have you been on Mars or what? Everybody knows out there.
I don't know why, but my cousins died laughing at this interview. I like getting outsiders' perspective on some of these characters, because their reaction can kind of, tell you whether or not these people are any good or not. So,
Well, I'm sure if you have this record that you say you possess, I can't see why Jack Tunney wouldn't give you this opportunity to become the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Are you trying to say that I'm a liar or something? Let me tell you one thing. I've been calling Jack Tunney up. I've been sending him letters, but he don't want to answer me. But he will see me in person, and he will have to answer to me once and for all and tell me why.
If you do get this,
I like how he goes right back to the mad face.
two very contrasting styles. You prefer being alone, no one in your corner. What about the Macho Man Randy Savage? He has the lovely Elizabeth in his corner.
I remember thinking that Bad News might have a chance to beat Macho. I was a little worried.
With a skirt in his corner, I don't need anybody.
Bad News Brown making his intentions very clear. He wants to be the next World Wrestling Federation champion. Back to you, Gorilla.
I'm gonna do the Bad News face, man. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
This isn't a defeat just because you walked out. No, definitely not, Gorilla. And I have to stand by Bad News. I think he deserves a title shot. Well, he's going about it in exactly the wrong way. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get the job done, Gorilla. You know that. Some very, very embarrassing statements and some very derogatory statements. If you want it, you got to earn it. You got to work your way up and be the #1 challenger. And he, for sure, being undefeated, is going to get a shot sooner or later. It's inevitable. Right now, we're going to go to Mean Gene Okerlund.
Well, Bad News definitely got a bunch of shots already in '88 prior to this. Okay, so here we go.
What in the world is going on? Can I see you tonight in the Survivor Series? Turn on Demolition. Let me tell you, Gene.
Let me tell you, Gene.
Demolition. I'm in a champion. When I'm in a champion, the bitches got too big for them. Their head was swelling up. They thought they're no more than a master. So the master turned, hunted and searched, and I found these two.
You hunted and searched. You didn't have to look very far, Fuji. They're right there in the same company you work for. How hard did you have to look for them?
I'm going to interrupt if I may. Gentlemen, I don't know if this man can be trusted.
Demolition, excess best. What are you going to do now? You lose Master Fuji. You better kiss goodbye for the World Championship title.
You know, Mr. Fuji, I've got to say this.
So Fuji already had the champions, but he dumped them for a better team, but they're the champions.
I did everything for them. I made a workout, run, exercise.
He should have waited and done the turn when they did the title match and had Fuji cost Demolition the titles, and then Demolition can win them back. But instead, Powers of Pain just never won the titles at all. Fuji. Yeah, Mean Gene wrestled against Mr. Fuji. Fuji and George Steele against Hogan and Gene. It was crazy.
I think Fuji thought he saw a better product and went after it. Absolutely. Fuji got the name, the devious one, and you can tell just why.
I love that there's a star player in Philly with the last name Barkley. That's cool. I guess Saquon and Sir Charles are kind of similar. Oh, somebody got taken out. Cameraman, you all right? Ken Patera, Tito, Scott Casey, who was only on TV as a jobber. I never saw him win any matches. He was a lot like a Brady Boone. Or a Jim Powers. Mr. Perfect.
Along with Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, and Harley Race, the former king.
It's kind of cool team there. Hennig, Race, and Rude. Man, I got a clearer render of those two on the fucking screen here than we got on Peacock. Jesus. And Coco, Hillbilly, and Herc. Like I said, I would have put Morocco on this team. Stuck Coco on the opener. Fucking Akeem.
And the newly transformed Akeem. And they got some pretty fair teammates too. The now crowned King Haku.
Haku.
$1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. And the Red Rooster. Bobby the Brain Heenan saying the Red Rooster's gonna
I love these little picture frame squares, like so low tech looking, but WWE's production was still the best in the game. Even back then. Look at this. This is great green screen work here too. It's not bad for 1988.
Well, I have a lot invested. But I want you to picture something. Picture Scott Casey
there in that ring. Picture Tito Santana standing there. Picture Hacksaw Duggan standing there with the Olympic strongman Ken Patera. And right behind him, Jake the Snake Roberts. And eventually these giant hands will be around your neck, Mr. Roberts, squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. Thanksgiving dinner, maybe your last. All right.
And I liked that Bobby and Andre were back together.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, it's a great event. We're looking at 7 people that are going to make the best out of it.
Because Andre was with DiBiase for a good portion of the year.
Thank you, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, because I know by humiliating you, I'm going to put a little bit of shame in every American in the United States of America. Another one of the Bobby Heenan family members, Ravishing Rick Rude. You know, Divot Head.
Divot Head. You know, Divot Head. Gene does have that divot. That's hilarious.
And Mr. Perfect, we will show the world how to celebrate Turkey Day the ravishing way.
Turkey Day the ravishing way. Harley looks so out of place. His little t-shirt.
You know the confidence that is built up. We have a fivesome here of the greatest multi-talented athletes in the World Wrestling Federation. I would call that the perfect combination. All right, lastly, the comments recently of Jake the Snake Roberts, where he has indicated.
Yeah, Andre. This is actually, in this match, might be my favorite finish in Survivor Series history. It's just Andre getting pissed, and that's great. A pissed off Andre is my favorite Andre. Oh yeah, the inflatable snakes. I forgot about those. Yeah, you're probably in jail now.
How would you like to still be in there, Jess, and have Damien wrapped around your neck? I'll tell you what I'd do with Damien. I don't have a phobia about snakes.
Oh, I didn't realize that entire... Holy shit. Thank you for that, Daniel.
I know somebody that has a phobia about snakes.
Damn. That entire promo was dead. Holy shit. Andre, Gene, Bobby, Race, Hennig, Rude, Bravo. All dead. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, the Survivor Series here. All over the world. I couldn't do that with my neck all the time.
You see what they much of when you're hot, and when you're not, brother. How can we lose with the stuff we're gonna use tonight?
How are we gonna lose with the stuff we're gonna use, brother? Look at how lovely Elizabeth is. Cute little red dress. Look at her. Hillbilly. It was great to see Hillbilly and Hogan back together. They were old bros from like 84 and 85.
Welcome to the jungle, $1 million man. With these animals beside me, you're gonna find out you can't always get what you want at DBS. You're gonna get what you need, man. Yeah.
Mentioned reasons Hulk Hogan certainly be looking.
Fucking Herc. You're way in the back. Can't even see him.
Just like Hulkamania has ruled for 5 long years. There are no weak links in this chain, man. The Mega Power team has been bonded as one, brother.
Look at Elizabeth in the middle of all that.
Physical ability, when the mighty Hercules stood in the Pacific Ocean, when we had our seance, when we raised our hands, united ourselves as one, we were struck down as Hulkamaniacs. And I actually feel sorry for the team on the other side. Akeem, the big boss man, Baku, the Red Rooster, the multi-million-dollar
The multi-million-dollar man. I loved how Hogan always called him that. Yeah, because like just even in 80, I mean, just the $1 million man, that's not that impressive. Lots of people have $1 million. But the multi-million-dollar man, that's a much bigger deal. We've got a mountain man. Savage. Look at that little kid. She's probably 40 years old now. about to say, they're not adding this music in. Jake probably really had the music in 88 by now. At least I think. I don't think he did. I have a theory. Jake didn't have music yet. They added this. No, wait, maybe he had this. He had the song. He had the song. Because I remember Hogan used it for some like workout video vignette, but I think that was a few months earlier. So okay, this might actually be legit. I could be wrong. This is legit. This is Dino's music. It's kind of cool that Andre and Dino are co-captains, being with the French deal. Although I think, and I don't know this for sure, correct me for those who know, I think like French in Quebec is different than French in France. Perfect didn't have his music yet. He wasn't even wearing the singlet yet. And Rick Rude is on the road to winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And the other captain. Last year's winner. Cool overhead shot. It's just so wild seeing how young these guys are. I'm laughing my ass off that Scott Casey is in this match. Look at the shape Harley Race is in. Looks to be in good shape here. He never was much of a body guy. He looks all right here, though. All right, we are starting off with Rick Rude and Ken Patera. Wow. That's another shoot I wouldn't mind watching. I don't like Ken Patera. Saw a couple of shoot interviews with him, and I just thought he was such a douche. I'm like, fuck this guy.
There's no doubt Ken Patera is extremely powerful man. First man in the world to ever military press 500 pounds.
But I remember when I was a kid, he was a heel with blonde hair, and I was a little scared of him. So by the time I got a little bit older, when he came back as a babyface after the jail sentence and all of that, it was different. And I remember thinking, I'm like, I don't know why I was so scared of him. Him and David Schultz had that effect on me. And also in a lot of my old WWF tapes back in the day, Ken Patera doing the swinging neck breaker was featured in like the intro, a lot of those tapes and stuff. So I just had this like image of him as being a very dangerous man that you didn't want to trifle with. Oh, yeah, and then Jesse had to help Dino set the bench press record. Look at kind of a thin and different-looking Mr. Perfect here, still figuring it out. He just wore the trunks in AWA, too, when he was champion there. He wore pretty much the same thing. But switching to the singlet was one of the best decisions he ever made. Really fit him. This would be the finals of the Intercontinental Championship tournament a couple years later. Tito is still wearing his Strikeforce gear. He's not letting go. He's going to regret that come WrestleMania. Yeah, I would like to think that Rude would wipe the mat with Patera. But Patera was around in an era where you had to be tough. You know, so I'm not convinced that would be an easy fight. Couldn't imagine being a wrestler back then, you know, like backstage fights like Jacques and Davey, like Spivey and Adonis, and just gnarly stuff. Look at Harley. And there you can see the scar from Harley's surgery. Belly to belly on Casey. Harley's trunks are all a mess. I think part of the reason why Harley looked good to me is because he's dropped some weight. Oh man, but that scar, that is so crazy. And he got injured on Saturday night's main event, dropping down, falling on a table in a match against Hogan, and that's why he had to get that surgery. Gorilla goes, in my day with trunk choices. In my day, you had red, black, or green, or maybe a stripe. Yeah, things have changed. Can we get Scott Casey out of there, please? There wasn't anybody else they could replace. Who was it again? B. Brian Blair? Is that who this was supposed to be? Why couldn't they have gotten Billy Jack or Brady Boone or Iron Mike Sharp? Perfect and Hacksaw were on an episode of Double Dare? Really? I just always wanted to do that obstacle course. Or at least the one from like the early 90s or late 80s, whenever that show was on. Oh, look at Andre went for a reach on Hacksaw there. He failed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Andre is still trying to get on. Andre already does not like Joey Morella from WrestleMania 3. All right, this has got to be the end of Scott Casey here. Hammer like body slam. That's awesome.
This is just a little preamble for what we're going to see just come January 15th in the Royal Rumble, when there's going to be 30.
Yeah, Gorilla is plugging the first Royal Rumble, or the first pay-per-view Royal Rumble.
I still don't totally believe that, Gorilla. I think there's going to be some double teaming in that, too. I'm going to have to wait and see. January 15th, the date. Biggest pay-per-view event started off 1989.
1989, my God.
Look at this. Oh, right out of there. Casey moved out of the way, and Rude had too much momentum into the turnbuckle. Mr. Perfect. Looking his moves on the side as right now. Oh,
Nice.
over there, 19. Got him right in the kisser 2 times.
I remember there was a match on TV somewhere. It might have been Primetime Wrestling or something. I think the feature match was Tito and Rick Rude. And it was a good match. And at the end, like, I think Tito steals Rude's, you know, at the end of the Rude's matches, he would kiss a lady after he won. So I think this one was maybe like a draw, but he wanted to give a woman a rude awakening anyway. And like Tito came, oh wow. Tito came in and stole her and gave her a Tito awakening. Oh, a hacksaw. Duggan and Harley Race had a fun feud in '87. Oh.
Oh, and Ravishing Rick don't like it when you hit him in that pretty face. Nice takeover into that pretty combination.
I feel like Rick Rude, he was a part of like I remember when he first came in, it was kind of Orndorff that he was feuding with because of the body thing. Orndorff was gone right after Survivor Series the previous year. Ooh. And I feel like Rude was kind of a part of Ken Patera kind of being no more. And there he beats him with the Rude Awakening. Casey is still in there. Gorilla goes, I wonder where Race got all those tattoos. Oh, just wait, Gorilla. The tattoo scene in the NBA is out of control. Come on, Bravo. Let's take care of Casey here. Side slam for the win. Boom. Fucking side slam a finish. It's a weak-ass finish, but it was good enough for Scott Casey. Bravo. Took me a full year plus to get used to him with blonde hair. I remember as a kid just not being able to, like, focus on it. I'm like, he doesn't look right. And then I got used to it. Two of my favorites of all time, Tito and Hennig. And Rude. I like all of them, honestly, more than Race and Andre. I enjoyed their careers more. Tough guy. Andre is just obsessed with Duggan. I thought he was more about Jake. Both Jake and Duggan got the best of Andre. Andre was like choking out Duggan with a strap. Duggan's like bleeding and everything, and Duggan picks up the 2x4 and knocks Andre clean out, unconscious. And then shortly after that, Jake gives Andre fucking cardiac arrest with the snake. And so both Andre and Jake, you know, put Andre down. Oh, wow. Jesus. That was like a clothesline punch. Yo, tag. Somebody tag poor Rude. Harley and Tito again. Who was holding the IC title in '88? Mostly Honky and Warrior. Well, just Honky and Warrior. But Steamboat had a super short run after he won it at WrestleMania 3. He left the company, so he only had it for like 2 months. But Honky held it for 14 months. So, yeah, 1988 only had 2 IC champions. '88 also had 2. Rude and Warrior. Sunset. Oh, I thought he was actually going to get him there. I always laugh at Harley's trunks. The back of his trunk's that crown. When I lived in North Carolina, like, when I was like in 19, 20, 21, there was a little sandwich shop next to my apartment called King Sandwich. And it had that same exact logo. And the sign was purple. And it's fucking delicious. They had like one of the best club sandwiches I've ever had. King Sandwich. It was right next to a car wash in the middle of fucking nowhere, but it was good. Nice. Flying forearm. He nailed him. That is one of the best flying forearms from Tito I've ever seen. Oh, no. Damn, how many Andre the Giant Tito Santana matches exist? I don't think any. I like making the sound effects when Andre's wrestling. Yeah, Santana and Andre. When I had my action figures and I would make Andre punch, I would do the except my voice wasn't as deep. It was more like, eh. Giants fired the head coach and their GM? Good. Oh. Jesus. Oh. Squat. Oh. Tito Santana pinned by Andre. Oh. Up, and there's Andre doing the spot. Always got to do the spot. I mean, Andre clearly loved doing it because anytime he got the opportunity, he would just take a beating in this thing. He's like, I'm going to get some of you too. He's just hammering away on Andre's head. Just choking him. Oh my God. So vicious. I love the finish to this match. Tags out. Smarts. Andre was in the first season of The Fall Guy. I remember The Fall Guy. I used to watch it as a kid. I remember the theme song. What was the one? There was one with like Heather Locklear and William Shatner, I think. It's kind of around the same time. I didn't really watch $6 Million Man. Never really watched that one. Watched Incredible Hulk, scared shitless of it. Had to hide behind the couch when Lou Ferrigno turned into the Hulk. And I wouldn't come out until my mom told me that it was over. I could handle him as himself or as the Hulk, but not the transition into the Hulk. That's what scared me. I was behind the couch was where I needed to be. What were your behind the couch moments? Oh my God. Ugh. Oh, look at Andre standing on the roof. Oh. I'm rooting for Andre in this one. This is fucking dominating. I don't know if anybody else here gets eliminated on the heel side or not. Other than the one big one I know of. Oh. Oh, TJ Hooker. The Fall Guy is on Prime Video. Thanks for that. Yeah, TJ Hooker. That's what it was. And the show that's on George's answering machine, the song, Greatest American Hero, I watched that. I did not watch MASH. My parents did, though. I hated that theme song. Come on, DDT Bravo. At least get one of them out. Nope. And there's the tag. And the heels here, I mean, you basically have 3 Heenan family members, even though Hennig's not there yet. But he already knows Rude. So the way the 4 of those just operated in that sequence there almost looked like they have a lot more history together. It's not looking good for Jake and Duggan. Shout out to Frenchie Martin. He's always a hoot. Yes, I did see that today was supposed to be the announcements of the Continental Classic tournament, so we'll see what those turn out to be. Be right back. All right, back. Sorry. I had to say goodbye to Elizabeth. She was leaving. Good, I didn't miss anything. Nobody's been eliminated. I didn't want to miss Duggan. Knocks down Dino. Frenchie. Oh, are they going to protect Duggan too? Are they going to count him out? Ooh, slam on the outside? Man, they would have to protect everybody here. It looks like they're not going to pin Duggan. Or maybe he's going to get the 2x4. So he'll get DQ'd here. Boom. Look at Jake's got to be like, dude, what are you doing? Bro. Has been disqualified. Four on one. And I don't think we had really seen this yet, this many against just one. Trying to think of the previous year. I don't think we got a 4-on-1 scenario yet. Gurley goes, don't worry, I won't be running down there. We didn't really get a perfect Jake feud ever, did we? Might have been fun.
That's right. Except you. They're screaming for DDT. He loves to deliver it.
Yeah, Jake, you got a lot of DDTs to deliver. You're down 4-1, and one of those 4 guys is Andre.
That's because everybody always likes to go for the underdog.
And you got 3 man. Well, you got 3 managers, 2 managers on the outside. Jesus. It's 6-on-1. If you count 2 as Andre, it's 7-on-1.
See if Mr. Perfect's smart now, he'll drag him into his corner. He's trying to do just that.
Yeah, Juliet, I heard about Survivor Series 1990. We just did that one. I wish we would have lined those up. Maybe I'll try to eyeball the channel and see if they have one scheduled. And if it's one we want to do, we'll just do it. We'll watch that.
Yeah, he tagged the strongest man in the world. The brain is screaming something. Dino Bravo. Frenchie Martin just content to wave the flag over there. It's about all he's good for anyway. Oh, Frenchie did his damage earlier. Yeah, he sure did. He should have been taken out of there along with Bravo. You're really hot about that, aren't you, Gorilla? Well, there's 2 referees out there, Jeff. You mean to tell me neither one of them saw that? Hey, there's 6 or 7 guys in that ring.
I love when Gorilla gets hot.
Bravo using his power here right now to keep the snake down. And Jake made a big mistake and hooked it up into his right.
Bravo, you sketchy fuck.
Bravo had any brains, he dragged it right over to his corner now.
He's got a lot of friends who are bad news.
Too swift between the ears. Look at Jake fighting this thing.
Come on, Jake. Nope. No DDT. Backdrop.
He went right for that DDT.
Missed.
He telegraphed that move and he paid for it.
And he's out.
But he's smart enough to get over and make the tag. See a fresh man. Oh, Jake. There's a smart move right there. Jake maybe had enough. He's probably going to go for a walk.
He's going to go for a walk.
I would if I was him.
Yeah, I mean, aside from purse money, back in these days, I don't know what you were really fighting for.
Damien is still out there. Damien. Look at this, trying to sucker him out of there.
I mean, back in the day, they just gave title opportunities to whoever was the most over. You know, now fans would like, we need stakes. You know, the winner of this match gets a title shot or becomes the #1 contender or something. I'm like, it should be your body of work, not just one night. So, like, if you're getting momentum, if you're getting over, you're racking up wins, you get title shots. Yeah, and these guys are cheating. It's 6-on-1, plus they're cheating.
If I was rude, I'd go for the rude awakening right now. Finish it off. He's gone, no? Inverted atomic drop.
Yeah, Alan Carter, that's a good behind-the-couch moment. Unsolved mysteries. I hated the ghost ones. Those ones always freak me out.
No, what they're doing is just punishing Jake the Snake Roberts. That's what they're doing.
Now the supernatural doesn't scare me at all. But back then, the Unsolved Mysteries music and Robert Stack's voice, the whole vibe was creepy. And if I was a little bit younger, I would have been behind the couch too.
Not even trying to put him away here, just trying to humiliate him.
When I was a kid, I had Flintstones vitamins and I loved the taste of them. I was like 5 or 6. I climbed up on the counter, grabbed the whole bottle. They were glass jars back in those days. Took it behind the couch, same place I sat when the Hulk came out. Opened them up and like poured half the bottle in my hand and just ate the whole fucking thing. I OD'd on vitamins. I was like super healthy for 3 weeks.
There's a big vendetta between these 2 guys that are in there right now.
I was like emitting sunshine from all the vitamin C or D or whatever sunshine, whatever vitamin sunshine gives you.
Hey, she's a, and again, she's like Robin Gibbons. She's only going to go with a winner. That's not true. Right into that kidney area. Suffering immensely right now, Jake the Snake Roberts. How much more punishment can he possibly take, Gorilla? Rude to be effective now. Needs to go over and make a tag.
Rude's tights have already been ripped off. That was earlier in the year. I think that was around like SummerSlam time. The summertime, I think, is when that happened. Because these guys wrestled at WrestleMania 4 as well in the tournament, and it was a draw. Then they kicked off their feud right after that. So the tight ripping was probably in the summer. Rude to the top. I was never a huge fan of like top rope or middle rope punches. DiBiase did one, Honky did one, Rude did one. But I don't really love them as moves. Oh, there's Rude's ass. Boom. DDT. Is he going to get the pin on Rude? Is Rude going to get eliminated? I think so. I love this finish. Watch Andre here. He just runs right in. He's like, enough of this shit. He just annihilates. Look at him. His fucking strap is down. He's just vicious. He's biting his neck. I mean, he's just mauling him. This is like getting out of the Jeep on a fucking African safari and just some creature grabs you and rips your head off. Look at him. And this was so smart by Andre. He's like, I'm just going to kill him. And if I get disqualified, so what? What's the difference? And Andre loved to choke. That was like his go-to move, choking. And Andre got disqualified, but like, who gives a shit? And that was so good. And look at Perfect. I'm just going to cover him. And it's over. And Perfect. And Andre sacrificed himself. Finally, like a strategy that made sense, you know? Like things like that I've always wondered why don't happen more often. I'm like, if you're up 4-1, why doesn't somebody just go to the outside of the ring, grab a steel chair, and just bash the shit out of the guy? Sure, you get DQ'd, but then your teammate can come right in there and just make the pin. You win anyway. The ominous green bag. Jake, you need to be selling that beating more. Look at Andre's like, oh, I gotta get out of there. So our survivors in that were Hennig and Dino. Andre was technically eliminated, even though he's a winner to me. He does not like the snake. We have pythons here in North America, right? It's anacondas we don't have, right? How do you get a python? Do they get probably in Florida? We got them, right? We got crazy amount of snakes here. Yeah, Perfect had a pretty good mullet early on there. Very, very Def Lep. All right. I can't look at Akeem without being mad. Exactly.
elimination that will not be denied.
Slick.
Thanksgiving? Who cares? The only thing I give thanks for is the size of my bank account. But you, Hercules, you are going to give thanks tonight because you are finally going to realize your position in life. That is as my slave. Gentlemen, the caviar and champagne are on ice. We are going to celebrate right tonight.
The caviar and champagne are on ice. Caviar is nasty. I don't like it. Oh my God, Akeem. The one-man gang was awesome. Like, why would they change that? God damn.
Proper respect to King Haku, and so is everybody else. All right, can the Red Rooster talk?
Yes, I can talk and wait till you see me wrestle. Brain, I won't let you down.
Never have yet. All right.
You never have yet. Rooster doesn't have his little red shit in his hair yet. Look at how big Ray Traylor is here. He would drop 100 pounds in the next couple years. I'm gonna hurt you, boy. Fucking Akeem. Oh my God. There's a spot in this match, I can't wait till we get to it, with Slick that had my cousins on the floor rolling laughing. Like, Slick is a character, like from I'm Gonna Get You Sucka or something. Like, he is an absolute trip. And he takes a punch. And it's just the way he falls is so hilarious. Like, it got like an out loud laugh in my living room that night. Ted DiBiase coming out to Jive Soul Bro. That's priceless. He didn't have his $1 Million Man song yet. Oh, this song is so good. Jive Soul Bro from the Pile Driver album. Oh, Macho. I love this overhead, or this overhead shot of the entrances. Elizabeth is so perfect. Like, I always found like the 1980s hairstyles so atrocious looking back, but Elizabeth, you don't even notice. She's so unbelievably beautiful. I always loved being home from school on holiday breaks and stuff during this time. I would have been in 6th grade. Just started middle school. And I had a late September birthday, so I was younger than most of my classmates, which was challenging for me. I kind of wish I would have been a year older than I was. I mean, I started high school when I was 13, I guess. Yeah, I was 13 when I started high school. Which is crazy. I love that they all tear his shirt off, but I do think it's effed up that Hogan had to get his own entrance. Egomaniac. Hogan, you're such a piece of shit. I mean, Boss Man's rise to the top was pretty fast. I mean, as soon as he got there, he was just immediately thrust. Well, I guess he did. No, he was immediately thrust in a program with Hogan. I don't remember him doing anything before Hogan. Before the attack on the Brother Love show. that they would then rehash with Earthquake. And they would then rehash again with the Funeral Parlor with Undertaker attacking Warrior.
Referee trying to get 4 guys out of there. You know who the $1 million man wants? He wants Hercules. Hercules not going to be slave to anyone. I don't know why Hercules is so offended. I mean, I'm sure the $1 million man is taking.
Can you believe this? They are blurring Coco's tights. It just has WWF. Not the logo, but the letters. And they have gone through the trouble, see, of blurring his tights. That is crazy. Who is the poor schmuck in the production department tasked with that tedious, annoying project? Ugh. I'd lose my mind.
That's right. He's very well schooled in wrestling, and he's got that money, Gorilla. He's championship material, no question.
Big Hogan isn't even the champion. He has to be the center of attention. Well, that is, that's Hogan. You want to see somebody rocking a reverse mullet? Wouldn't that be like an emo thing? Some dark, depressed teenage girl doesn't want to show her face. Yeah, Brain's fast. And Hercules went right after him. So this is when Hercules turned babyface because DiBiase tried to buy him as a slave. I just rewatched Django Unchained recently. That is a gnarly but absolutely hysterical movie.
Using that power. Coco, beware. This guy can do it all. Some high-flying stuff.
Coco. Nope. I was about to say, is it going to be Coco or Rooster who's going to be the first one out? Hopefully Rooster. Coco's way better. Look at, they have to blur that WWF on his trunks. That drives me crazy. Why'd they have to do that? And what a pain in the ass that must have been to do.
Reverse knife edge catches Coco right under the chin. You know, the boss man team is being very smart. They're doing quick tags, getting in and out of that ring. There's a quick tag.
Like, what would have happened if they would have left that on his trunks? Would somebody from the Panda fucking company see this and be like, and write a, like, and sue? Who from the Panda people are going to be watching Survivor Series 88? Meanwhile, they got the goddamn WWF logo right there on the screen. What the hell? I think it's on the turnbuckle pads, too. They're not blurring those. Turnbuckle pads are fine. That is wild. Hogan going to town on Haku. Hogan loved to do the rake of the eyes. Oh, here comes Hillbilly. I'm assuming Hillbilly is still using the boots that Hogan gave him. Look at this. Oh, love that. I was just a kid when Hogan brought Hillbilly in. I think he was like sitting at ringside, brought him in. It was like his angle, his introduction angle. Hogan gifted him a pair of boots. Bib overalls. Jesse goes, what do they call those kind of farmer pants? Bib overalls. My Hulk Hogan and LJN figure, the rubber figure, I got in a tag team set with Hillbilly. He came as a tag team. It was fun in the early days watching him and Hillbilly battle like Stud and Bundy and stuff. I love those days. Those were the days when the ice cream truck would come through the neighborhood and I'd buy a WWF ice cream bar. Yeah, you did not do your homework, Terry Taylor. Oh, Coco just playing Terry. Oh, that was unbelievably good. Coco had one of the best top rope drop kicks. Ooh. Oh my God, Rooster is all by himself. And he's in there with the mega powers. Oh my God. Plants him. Ooh, that's so pretty. 1, 2. Goodbye, Rooster. Stick a fork in the Rooster. You know, channel members, for those of you who were here when we watched the Saturday night's main event, there was just a few weeks after this. Coco had a match on that against Valentine, and the WWF was not blurred. So this must be an old version from when they had to blur everything. Well, no, that doesn't make sense either because they don't have the turnbuckle pads blurred out. But it's very perplexing why they would do that for this show when it doesn't seem like it's necessary. I love on the outside of the ring, they're all giving Rooster shit. They're all like surprised that somebody gets eliminated. What do they think was going to happen in these matches? People are going to get eliminated. And now they're like, this guy's a loser, man. Slick's like, all he had to do was do his job. What would that be? Beat all 5 of those guys by himself? Savage wearing the yellow was nuts back in these days, too. Oh, wow. Haku with that great dropkick. I mean, everybody in this ring right now is just so classic 80s. Fucking Gang and Bubba and Hogan and Hillbilly and DiBiase. Coco, Savage, Herc. Herc and his dancing fucking elbow drops. Fancy dance steps. Akeem, this is the most unflattering outfit you could have picked. You know, like in Willy Wonka, when the girl eats turns into the blueberry? Nice. You know, come to think of it, this is kind of the end of Hillbilly, too. I mean, I know Hillbilly would have like a behind-the-scenes job, and he'd be around a little bit, but I'm not sure if he was having any kind of matches in 1989. I don't think he's in the Rumble. So this is probably like the end of him in the ring. Until the Gimmick Battle Royal. Oh, getting pinned by Akeem, who was also in the Gimmick Battle Royal. Hillbilly will be back in the 90s, a few years later, to manage the Godwins and whatnot. And I do think he worked in the front office or did something behind the scenes. He was an agent or something. But in the ring as a wrestler, this is kind of it for Hillbilly. Coco with the rapid fire punches. That's great. Well, nobody said wrestlers are smart, Jesse. Jesse's like they win and they start celebrating. I really do not understand why he is just not the one-man gang. The way, and he grew his hair and he got rid of the mohawk, and oh my God, it's just terrible. On my personal Facebook account that I never use anymore, I'm friends with One Man Gang. Hope he's doing okay. Ooh. Sidewalkie coming up. Yep. A little bit different than Bravo's, but kind of the same concept of a finisher. And look at Slick. Well, Jesse, it's okay if the managers celebrate it. Oh, Hulk and Boss Man. I mean, after this crazy feud, it would be crazy to see Hogan and Boss Man on the same side. I think they would be on the same Survivor Series team in a couple years, wouldn't they? Maybe. Boss Man was in his corner at SummerSlam. Boss Man was so big in these days. He dropped so much weight. Look at him. Doesn't know what's going on. Boss Man, you are... Look at him selling. He's super young here. I think he's like 23 or 4 or something. Oh. Boss Man's like, oh, this is the big time over here. I did like the look on Boss Man's face there when Hogan was just working him over. He's like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting this. This WWF play ain't no joke. He's gonna try to slam him. Successful? Yes. Got him up pretty easily, too. 450 pounds. He's heavy. He's not that heavy, Jesse. Definitely could be 400, though. Oh. Spine buster. God, he's so big. Look how big and sweaty he is. I'd be so uncomfortable wrestling in that shit. Boss Man, when he was young and bigger, he reminds me of Farva. Sakar Ramrod. Sakar Ramrod. Oof. Hmm. Damn. Interrogation tactics. DiBiase and Hogan rekindling. 1 year prior to this, DiBiase was attempting to purchase the WWE Championship. He wanted to buy it. I remember being on the school bus after that, heading to 5th grade and like trying to reenact the promo on the bus because somebody asked me, like, somehow the conversation got brought up and I was telling them about how DiBiase was trying to buy the belt, and then Hogan was like, hell no, or whatever, because whoever I was talking to didn't see it, so I was trying to explain it. What's up, T? There we go. Tag to Herc. That was nice of Hogan. Herc's been waiting for this. This is a slave doing this to his master. That is wild that they were using this terminology. God, look at the physique on Herc. Jesus. Nice knee lift. Herc having fun in there. Oh. That's going to be bad. Yep, got his hands on Virgil. That's going to be probably a roll-up pin. Definitely feels like it. Yep, Herc's gone. Four against two, but yeah, look who the two are. It's the Mega, the Mega Powers. Look at that. Look at Savage. Oh, they blurred his ass crack. DiBiase, that's what you get, son. Quick thinking by the champ. DiBiase was out there talking shit to Herc. Got rolled up. Hillbilly Jim is on satellite radio show on Sirius XM. Outlaw Country Channel. What the hell? That's interesting. I don't know how I would even know that the Outlaw Country Channel even exists if it weren't for Hillbilly Jim. Look at that, jumping headbutts to the small of the back. The lumbar kidney area, sclerieri, or however Gorilla used to like to pronounce the parts of the human anatomy. Hogan rolling out. Victor Colon, don't act like you didn't want to see DiBiase's ass crack. You know you're sad. You know you're going to go try to look up the actual footage so you can get an eye full. Because it's a good butt. He's got a nice little can on him. You'll like it. Just the right amount of hair, you know. I like how you can tell that Akeem's gear is a singlet, like a blue singlet over the blue onesie. Haku's got the trapezius muscle nerve hold or whatever on Hogan here. I mean, if Hillbilly is on that station talking about wrestling stories, I'll listen to it. But if he's talking about farming and how many cows he has, I don't know how it's going to interest me. Come on, Hulk. Actually, I should say, come on, Haku. We don't want to really be rooting for Hogan, but when I was 11, I was. Oh, there it is. Bossman had the sidewalk slam, and he had the spine buster. He used them both. Come on, Slickster. Why doesn't he go for the pin? Because Hogan would kick out. That's why, Jesse. Have you never seen Hogan wrestle? Oh, he's going to the top. Bossman isn't really a top rope guy. Missed. Top rope splash. I remember like in '86, Kamala was doing that. The top rope splash, and I was scared of it. I'm like, oh, I hope Hogan doesn't get hit with that. And that was before he faced Andre at WrestleMania 3. I actually thought Kamala had a legitimate chance to beat Hogan for the title. Oh, slick nailed Macho. Oh, God, Slick's way over there. Oh, this is going to be it. Now watch, he's dragging her. You got to see this. Watch when Hogan realizes what's happening here. So Slick's trying to drag Elizabeth. Oh, what a pop happened in my living room. Watch this. Watch Slick. Boom. There's just something about the way he fell. Oh. I mean, it was all laughs. Just the way Slick just took that punch. Now he's hobbling over. And they cuff Hogan to the bottom rope. So that was the plan. The plan was to grab Elizabeth to provoke Hogan to coming over there. And then they got him, handcuffed him. Oh, referee disqualified. And now he's, oh my God. So Bossman got counted out in that whole ordeal. He was a legal man. Now he's putting the nightstick to Hogan. I mean, if they can just get Savage eliminated, then Hogan would essentially get counted out because he's handcuffed to the bottom rope. Well, I guess he could slide in. Well, Savage going after Akeem. I don't know how Akeem gets... Oh. Oh my God, now they're both in there. Okay, so Akeem will get DQ'd here probably. So they DQ'd both of the Twin Towers.
some additional help out there to get these guys out of here. They can snap with some heavy blinds if they don't get
Okay, Continental Classic field is coming out. Darby, Claudio, Ospreay, Ricochet, Brody, Juice, and Robertson so far. Or Juice Robinson, I think you mean.
monsters all tied up, literally. Not only that, he's all beaten up. There goes the boss man and Akeem finally.
And so now they leave, and now technically it's 2-on-1 here with the Mega Powers against Haku. But Savage is getting his absolute ass kicked.
Promoted a move on Macho Man. Elbow well placed as Bobby the Brain looks on. Looks the leg could be all over. No.
Oh yeah, Slick dangling the keys. I don't know. Slick shouldn't even be there because Boss Man and Akeem are gone. Slick's just out there to be a dick. If I was Slick, I'd leave with the keys. Like, good luck, Hulk. I don't know why the referees don't force Slick to give them the keys. Slick is just being a menace. Fucking menace. Ooh, missed. Nobody home, nobody to tag. Yeah, Savage has got nobody to tag here. Elizabeth is like, he's handcuffed, bro. And as a fan, you could start to sniff it out way before this, but this is when I clearly knew there was going to be problems with Macho Man and Hogan. Oh, Slick is now holding him. This is dumb. Boom. Slick got nailed. Bobby got taken out. Look at Slick's trying to position his coat, I think, so Elizabeth can get the... Look, Elizabeth's going to go... She's going after his wallet. She pickpocketed Slick. Come on, get him. Oh, they got him off pretty quick. That's because Elizabeth is smart. Hogan is freed. Wow, to the top. Wow. Like an Uso splash. Savage is still, he's so resilient. I mean, he took an ass kicking for what had to be 10 minutes straight there. Boom. Up, Savage falls into Hogan. Boom. Big boot. I wonder what comes next. Oh, we're going to go to a body slam, I think. Yeah. Then into a leg drop. Savage. I mean, Savage is a mess. He's bleeding from the mouth. Hogan's already going into his pose routine. You want to help out your buddy first? He's already doing the thing and all that. She probably did get his wallet. I think like Hogan, he'll hug Elizabeth here or something, and Savage is like, no, she's trying to get Hogan to come help. And he's like, yeah. And look at Savage. He sees. He's pointing at Hogan. He's like, what the fuck is he doing to my girl? Hogan's clueless to this whole thing. It would boil over a little bit in the Royal Rumble, I remember. They'd push and shove a little bit and then finally come back together for the big main event split in February. But all right, well, we finally watched an old school Survivor Series 1988. That was so much fun to go back to when I was just a kid. The Hulkster's always been a heel? Oh, yeah, of course he is. He's got lust in his eyes. Hogan's been a heel. He's a little crybaby bitch every time he loses a championship. Whenever he loses a match, sometimes he comes back and interferes. He is just an all-around loser and a liar and an asshole and a dumbass and a racist. So, yeah, just pile on Hogan. Fuck him, but Savage is A-okay. I like Savage very much. And he did win tonight. So did the entire Mega Powers team. Survivor Series 88 in the books. Right on. Well, thanks, guys, for watching with us tonight. Unfortunately, there will not be a Raw watch-along tomorrow because I'm going to be working, and it's going to overlap with when Raw starts. But if we get a crazy Raw, I'll come up here and do an impromptu little quick live stream or something, or mic drop, or maybe something on Tuesday. And then as of right now, I am off on Wednesday. So maybe we'll do a watch along that night for Dynamite for fun, since, you know, it's about to start the Thanksgiving holiday. Figure something out maybe for Wednesday to make up for tomorrow, since I won't be here. So keep that in mind. And until then, just take care. Thanks for being here. And I will catch y'all in just a couple of days. Enjoy